What if I told you there's a dividend stock that has a 33% dividend yield? Now, most stocks are quarterly paying dividend stocks. Now, every now and then you can find your real estate REIT that can pay you dividends every single month. Those are monthly paying dividend stocks. But what if I told you this 33% dividend yield stock pays out their dividends every single week? That's right, guys. This dividend pays out their dividends every single week. And the ticker I'm going to bring you guys that pays this is ticker symbol QDTE. It is an ETF. Let's go ahead and pull it up. It is an ETF, Roundhouse Innovation 100 Zero DTE Covered Call Strategy ETF that pays out their dividends every single week. If we take a look at their dividend yield, you guys can see that the dividend frequency, you guys can see right here, the dividend frequency right here is weekly, right? And then they have a 33.9% dividend yield. And I bet you guys are wondering how they're performing and how they're generating dividends every single week. So if we come over here and we take a look at their holdings, right? We're taking a look at their holdings. They have some in the treasury bonds to generate some income. But for the most parts, they have a lot of LEAP options. I'm going to explain what LEAP options are in this video. And with their LEAP options they have on QDTE, they're selling covered calls, which is called a poor man's covered call. And that's how they're able to generate income every single week. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how they've been able to generate this income, how they're performing, and this is something that you guys want to do yourself. So here we go. The index that they follow is the NASDAQ 100 index, ticker symbol NDX. So they follow the NASDAQ 100. So they don't own any shares. Everything is cash settled at the end of the day. And they're selling 0-day expiration poor man covered calls on the NASDAQ to generate income every single day. Now, if we come right back over here, you guys could take a look at their holdings, and these are their LEAP options. They're calls that are deep in the money. And when they're deep in the money, that means they have a very high delta. When you have a high delta, it resembles owning 100 shares of a company without owning 100 shares of a company. So the closest you are to a 1 delta, it kind of moves exactly as predicted without actually holding 100 shares of a company. So what they do, we want to hit trade options. And then a LEAP options is months out in advance. You can see what LEAP options they have if you want to do it yourself. So let's go all the way out a year to, let's say, December 31st. And what they're doing is they're buying calls deep in the money. So right here it shows the index value of $21,566. So in the money means I would go down to a lower price to get way inside the money. And then we're going to look for a high delta. So a high delta, here it goes. That's a 0.86 delta. The closer you are to 1, the more it resembles owning 100 shares. So let's look at the 17. That's an 88 delta, almost a 0.9, which is pretty doggone good. So that means every time the index move, it's going to move almost directly with the index of the NASDAQ 100. So they'll buy a whole bunch of shares of these, right? So this call option would cost around $567,000, but that's still a lot cheaper than having to do millions and millions of dollars to own 100 shares of this index fund on the NASDAQ, right? So after you enter that, now you're kind of on, it's like owning 100 shares of this index, and now you can start to sell covered calls on your position inside this portfolio. So let's clear that right quick. So after we sell a call, they're going to go to the 0-day expiration. Let's just pick, today's already over with, so we're going to pick January 22nd. Then they're going to be selling calls. This is called a poor man's covered call. And then they'll pick any strike above. So let's say they pick this 70% chance of profit. This is a delta of 0.39. They'll probably pick something closer to a 0.3. So let's click this one right here. That's a delta of 0.36. So if they click this one right here, the 21,630, you would get funded $64,000 into your account immediately from selling this covered call, compared to if you had to have 100 shares of this itself. And then this will expire that day, and then they do this every single day. So that day they will make $64,000 if they just own one of these, but they do hundreds of these throughout the day, generating income every single day. So if they generating income every single day, now they're able to pay their investors like me and you weekly dividends from doing this. Now let's see how it's performing with the index itself. So we come back over to Seeking Alpha. We're going to go to the charts, And then we're gonna close this SPY chart right here and pull up QQQ. That's what it follows. So we're gonna type in QQQ, delete that one, update the chart. And then I know you guys see it going sideways because it's gonna go sideways because over time when you're dealing with an index fund that sells options, no matter what, the price is going to go down over time. Every single time we go to the yearly chart, it's going to start off at 45 and then it's just going to trend down. So you want your dividends to outweigh how much the stock is going down every single year. So we look at it over the last 6 months, they're down 9%. If you project that out for another 6 months, so you'll be down 20% in a year, but your dividends give you 33% a year. So you take that as a 13% gain like that. So let's go back to the charts, and that's why QQQ is trending up and QDTE is trending down. But what we're going to do, we're going to change the metrics for total return, TOT. And so total return, let's update the chart. Okay, so here we are on the total return after you add in the dividends from QQQ and the dividends from QDTE, and it's trading in the exact same pattern as QQQ, but QQQ is still outperforming QDTE. So basically, guys, if you wanted to, I mean, it's not outperforming QQQ. It's just not outperforming the index. And then when they have a bull run with QQQ, QDTE is going to be limited to the upside because they're selling covered calls. So they're going to hit a roof to where they can't make any more money that day. So they're going to be missing out on gains some days out of the year. When QQQ goes on a bull run within a day, they're going to miss out on those calls. And then it's going to be left up to the fund manager on what covered calls they're selling that week. So if you guys just wanted to invest inside QQQ itself, or if you guys did want to generate some income every single week in dividends from QDTE, you could do that. But in the long run, it is not outperforming QQQ at all, even though it is trading the exact same patterns as QQQ. Of course it is because it follows it, but it's not outperforming it. So I'm going to continue to buy QQQ, shares of QQQ, leaps on QQQ, and then I can sell my own covered calls on QQQ. Because whenever you see a dividend this high, if you guys don't know how to sell covered calls and poor man covered calls, then this might be interesting to you. The 33% in a year, you guys might want to take that. But if you do know how to sell covered calls, if you do know how to sell poor man covered calls, and you do know how to sell cash secured puts, you can make this in 4 months. You can make this in 4 months easily by doing it yourself. I'll show you guys how to do it yourself in many videos. If you want to learn how to do it, I show you guys how to do it all the time. If you want to learn how to do it, I'm gonna leave a link to Patreon down in the description. Over there, it'll take you to my Discord. I got my poor man cover call video inside of there if you guys want to check that out. Yeah, if you guys wanted to check that out, here it goes right here, my module 2 poor man cover calls. So if you guys do want to learn how to do that, I'm gonna leave a link to Patreon down in the description. That'll take you to my Discord. Over there, I got all of my modules in there. And then you have access to my weekly Zoom calls every Sunday where we go over our strategies on what we're going to do for the week. And then you also have access to 3 pro option day traders that post their option trades every single day. And if you want to be a part of a community of traders that want to be financially free just like you, make sure that you check out the link to Patreon down in the pinned comment section and also inside the description. But other than that, guys, let me know what you think about this high dividend, 33% weekly paying dividend stock. Let me know what you think about this down in the description. Is this something that you already invested into? Do you love to invest into high dividend stocks, or do you go ahead and sell your own cover calls, cash you get puts, and poor man cover calls yourself to generate some passive income? Let me know what you guys thinking down in the comment section. Can't wait to check you out. But other than that, I'm Zeke, bring you the Dream Green Show, and I'm out. Peace.